What's up, everybody, man? Welcome to episode 3 of the This Ain't Church podcast. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. I appreciate you. If don't nobody else appreciate you. So here's what we do, man. If this is your first time tuning in, man, be prepared to go on a magical trip on a rocket ship. It's not really, but it's going to be an exciting time, man. We sit here, we podcast, we talk about things, we cover some stuff. I have amazing guests. To my immediate left, it may be your immediate right, but it's my immediate left. I have I got it written down for him. I have a wordsmith, public speaker, fashion extraordinaire, one of my good friends out of South Carolina. Please put your hands together for Mr. Mike Goodwin. What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
So some people may not be familiar with you, man, but you are Mike Tyson. You are Mike Goodwin. Being Mike Tyson would be a totally different interview. First of all, we'd have to smoke weed. I ain't even gonna lie to you. If Mike come on, Mike Tyson is the type of intimidating figure where I don't smoke weed. But if I were to get around Mike Tyson and Mike told me to smoke weed, even at 53 years of age, I'm lighting up.
You do everything Mike tell you to do. Peer pressure. See that? That's real peer pressure.
But his is not even peer pressure, because I'm good with peer pressure. Mike Tyson is pure fear. It ain't even peer pressure. I saw him. Did you see the video where Mike was sparring with the brother at 53 years of age?
Yeah. Now Cletus, yeah. It was going around like
a couple of weeks ago, right before.
Right.
If you saw the way that he was hitting that brother and the way that the brother in the sparring session quit.
Right.
People don't understand. The sparring guy, he is heavily padded and covered. He walked off and told Mike to heel. Like a trained Doberman. He like, heel.
I'm out of here.
I can't do this.
Cletus, there was one thing that I don't think people have been discussing as it relates to this Mike Tyson situation. He got 53-year-old feet. That is they don't make boxing shoes for that. There's no plantar fasciitis 5s. There's because what we didn't notice was what was on his feet. He had like orthopedic shoes. Like you can't
some Skechers.
Yeah, he had on like them
the thick ones with the Velcro across the front.
Right.
He had on Velcro boxing shoes.
But you weren't paying attention to that because them hands were so sweet.
His upper body though, immaculate. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I am of complete heterosexual nature, and you couldn't even help but notice, man, Mike Tyson is in great shape.
Yeah,
he is
condition.
For 53,
you got 53-year-old feet though. I don't care how good shape you in. At night,
most people at 53 are concentrating on how to play bingo better. At 53, you start buying groceries and you start making them. You start making groceries at 53. Before, you be like, I'm going to go get groceries. I'm going to buy groceries. But at 53, you start making groceries. I don't even know where the recipe is to make groceries, but that's what 53-year-olds do. What you about? I'm about to go make some groceries. What you making them out of? That's what they do at 53. So now let me ask you this question, man. So we're getting into who is Mike Goodwin, man. Comedian, first and foremost. Public speaker, wordsmith, known as bow tie comedy. Now, what ended up getting you the moniker of bow tie comedy?
That's great, man. Question, because I started. What is that? Is that me? We got faxes coming in, my way?
In 2000 and whatever year this is, 2020, you still getting a fax?
We're not getting faxes. We get the noise that the faxes make. Like somebody calls our house pretty regularly about this time, and it's never a fax or anything comes through. It's just the noise.
Second of all, let's talk about. We're gonna get into why they call you bow tie comedy because you said it was a great question. But second, let's get into why you still have a house phone.
Because we have a security system. So
let's get back into why you have a house phone.
Our security system is connected to the house phone.
Let's get back to why. That's a horrible excuse for having a house phone, brother. I got a security system. I ain't had a house phone in 30 years, man. You got to have no house phone.
And we got a couple of businesses. So it's too many cell phones. Like we got to have a home phone. Like all our cell phones can't be for business. So
whatever you want to go with, brother. You still got that house phone. You tried. Is it rotary?
No, we got the regular. You got touch tone. I think.
Okay, because if you had a rotary cell phone, I know you in South Carolina, and sometimes y'all don't get the message of when things happen in the rest of the world. South Carolina, I've been to South Carolina. There's some people down there that still Juneteenth hasn't happened in all parts of South Carolina yet.
Come
There's
on,
some people that's wondering, y'all, what you mean we's free? They giving us away? Like, no, they don't sell us no more. I mean, no, brother, we free. What is freedom?
Now you in the birthplace of the Confederacy, though.
The birthplace. Well, you in the birthplace. Here's the thing: you're in the birthplace of the Confederacy. I'm in the birthplace of all slavery. Everything happened in Virginia. It all
the paperwork. The manufacturing.
The main office is right here.
Corporate
True story, Mike. True story, Mike. In the 4th grade here in Virginia, it is mandatory as part of Virginia studies that they take you to Jamestown.
Right.
What Jamestown is a civilization where they brought the slaves in.
Right.
They got the boats out there, everything. They let you lay down, get comfortable, feel it. In 4th grade, they like, hey, here's where you'd be. And the white children try to get in there. They be like, no, this isn't for you. This is not.
That's part of the curriculum.
It's not your experience. We wanted to be authentic. You stand here and whip. It's the craziest thing. So now they call you Bowtie Comedy, man. How'd you end up with that moniker?
So when I started doing stand-up, I probably was about 28. And I had already been in like corporate America. And I knew pretty quickly that I needed to stand out because there's a lot of comedians out here. So I was like, okay, I need to do something to separate myself. And before I became a comedian, I had noticed Cat Williams years ago. I noticed that when I didn't know Cat when he was called Cat. Well, I did. I saw him open for Ricky Smiley, and he was known as Cat in the Hat. And
which we are all glad that he moved away from.
So he was Cat in the Hat, right? But then he did Friday After Next. And no one knew his name. They was calling him Money Mike. Like he came to Columbia and did the comedy because he opened for Ricky, and we was like, man, who in the world is that? Like, wait a minute, who's this guy? So when he came back, he didn't come back as Cat Williams. He came back as Money Mike from Friday After Next.
It took a long time, and which is why I had a problem with him. I know we're getting off topic, but I want to make sure I put it in there. Which is why I had a problem with him when he came at what's my girl's name? She played the same role, got the mole on her. Tiffany Haddish. When he came at Tiffany Haddish and was like, "You act like you came up with all these roles. It was waiting for you. We didn't know who you were until you hit Girls Trip." But nobody knew who Cat Williams was until he was Money Mike. I was like, dude, you created your whole career off of that role as Money Mike. You have been doing comedy before for a long time.
For years.
And you went through a whole metamorphosis. That Money Mike role put you on. And so like Kevin Hart, when he was Lil Kevin, a lot of people don't remember he was Lil Kevin. Right. Everybody know Kevin Hart, but they don't remember Lil Kevin. Everybody don't remember Jay-Z before he was Jay-Z, when he was doing a Hawaiian Sophie. They just remember this Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that Cat Williams forgot about his own past, that he did the exact same thing that Tiffany was doing, really kind of grinded my gears.
Right.
So back to your story.
So yeah, man, but that's a great point because he was being advertised as Money Mike. It wasn't like Cat Williams, also known as. It was like, nah, radio, like Money Mike is coming to Columbia, South Carolina. I was like, yo, what? That's the name of the dude on the movie. That ain't the name. That's not his name.
Right. You know, it ain't like the Waltons are coming through. You ain't like John Boy is coming. You went with John Boy's real name, right?
Money Mike. I'm talking about on the marquee and everything. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Got you.
In my mind, it like made me remember, like, people not automatically gonna remember your name. There needs to be a symbol, something. Because I mean, how many times have you heard people say, man, I had a good time at the comedy show Friday night? Like, who was the comedian?
It was a dude. He was funny. They might remember where you from.
They'll tell you a joke. Man, he did this joke about Kellogg's Frosted Flakes or something. You know, they'll say something like that. But I knew it was pretty common for people not to know your name. So I was like, man, I was already a pretty dapper dressed guy. The real talk of the thing was I initially was ascot comedy because that's the first thing I wore on stage. I wore an ascot.
First of all, where are you purchasing an ascot? You can't just walk into Walmart, JCPenney. I first of all, my mama wouldn't let me wear them growing up because it was too much like cussing. I already know. Listen, I would have been throwing it out there, and it would have took me so long to get the cot.
You get to the cot part.
It would have been so long for me to get it. Mama, where's my ascot? Or either that, I would say cot real low. I'd be like, Mama, can I wear this ascot today? Man, I can't wait to wear this ascot out. You be like, I would never put this. And again, Mike, this ain't church, so I can say it. This ain't church, but I would have drug that ass out. I would take that now. So it's hard to be ascot comedy because that don't work in all weather.
That's not gonna be. Ascots are very difficult pieces of haberdashery.
I'm gonna have to go to you on that because I've never worn one. Yeah, first of all, I think you have to have a neck to wear one, correct?
That's the same with a bow tie. You got to have a neck for
now,
a bow tie.
I wear bow ties a lot, not just because of you, but I saw you wearing them and a couple other guys always thought it was dapper. I don't get the Muslim. They don't call me Muslim when I have on a bow tie. They just go straight to deacon. But what I've been able to do with the bow tie is it just appears out of nowhere. See, as you can see right here, I go chin chest.
Right.
Chin to chest. That's where I am with mine. But the bow tie will just be right there, man. So you can even work it out. Nobody even thinks there's a neck there. Chin, chest, and there's a bow tie right there creating separation.
So it breaks up the monotony.
Breaks that whole monotony up, yeah.
So that was really, but bow ties were the same way too. Because when I started wearing bow ties, like bow ties are far more common nowadays. When I was buying bow ties were super expensive and they were hard to find. So people were just like, they were rare. So number one, wearing them already kind of separated you. But then wearing them on stage as a comedian was like another level of like, man, who is this dude?
Right. Brother Polite is out here doing comedy now. He's like, it's the comedy business, or I'm gonna get into these bean pies. One of them two.
That's an African-American history we got going on. People used to think I was the manager. I come in and they be like, oh, so you comedian manager? I'm like, no, man, I'm a comedian.
I'm the comedian. And I'll give you a true story, man. Marcus Wiley, he used to always do shows. He used to tell me, man, you got to be suited and booted when you show up to a show. Suited and booted. Then I started doing shows with Marcus, man. Marcus come out of Jake in some t-shirts and some jeans. He'd be like, man, that was last year, man. I done moved on. I done got in here, man, in my good Easter Sunday church anniversary outfit, and you out here comfortable. Yeah, all right, so those are the two things now. To me, you've already dropped haberdashery.
Hey, I wanted to say
clearly you didn't want to say it because you can't say it now. So we'll move past it. You were ready for it too.
I was.
Chris Paul threw you the alley-oop, and you missed the dunk.
I fumbled it.
But you know what it was though? You look good on the go up. Everybody's like, man, this dunk is gonna be awesome.
Ubiquitous. Ubiquitous was the word, but
I like ubiquitous.
I couldn't get. I was gonna say that when I said, now bow ties are ubiquitous, but I didn't want to like go right to the.
No, hit them with it off the top, man. Confuse my listeners. That's what I need somebody to go and Google what you said. He called it ubiquitous. I think that means if you ubiquitous, I think you sleep with both men and women. I think that's what that means.
And you write with both hands.
Ubiquitous. I play softball. I hit on either side. I'm ubiquitous.
I'm ubiquitous with it.
So the two things that you know most for, words and fashion, is what I would think. So you've taken both of those things, man, because you're such a clean-cut guy. You've been able to do not just the comedy, but the public speaking aspect, man. You get to go out. What do you feel? What is the difference in your opinion between doing stand-up comedy and doing public speaking?
Dude, it's night and day from the perspective of how people perceive you. Like when you are in a comedy show, man, especially Black folks, make me laugh right now. Like
we talked about this we talked to a couple, and I hope people are getting the gist of it, man. We always talk about how Black people come to comedy shows with the whole make me laugh. You got to laugh rape them, and I don't understand why it got to be that way. White folk come in laughing when they walk into the comedy door. The whole experience for them is just pure joy and laughter from the moment they get in there.
and they believe you funny because you on the stage. Like
you've earned it. Because you're there, you must be funny.
We are open to the possibility.
And you know what? And they'll laugh even if it wasn't funny because they feel like it's their fault they didn't get it. Clearly, this man is a professional. I was wrong for not laughing at his joke. I get it.
Right. Black folks, man, be up in there like, my Uncle Terry funny. Let's see, John from the job funny. Let's see what this little fella got right here. And see,
my favorite is all of them think they can do it too. I love the fact that most people feel everybody at work tells me I'm funny. At work funny and on stage funny are different funnies. I'm gonna tell you that now. People be like, man, look, my mama thinks I'm hilarious because your mama loves you and she also doesn't have to pay to hear you.
Right.
Gotcha.
So, black folks come in with that disposition, like,
So we're gonna get to you. My producer Sam over there, he's waving his hand. So either his arm is tired or we got to do a commercial. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the commercial. Then we're gonna come back and we're gonna get to the public speaking part of it. Today's episode of This Ain't Church is brought to you by I Wish I Would Ignorance Repellent. Now picture it. Anywhere, anytime you are minding your business and ignorance starts to surround you, swarming you like mosquitoes. Up to this point, as the words of the great Negro poet Ice Cube spoke prophetically, today was a good day. You standing in line and someone isn't 6 feet away. You about to park and you see somebody about to take your space. You about to grab the last pack of toilet paper and somebody's grandmama tries to sweep in like a bird of prey. I Wish I Would is here to save the day. I Wish I Would is made of highly concentrated anger and frustration hormones blended together to keep you out of jail and save the life of someone ignorant. It's a unique chemical formula powered by the strength of the ancestors to keep ignorance at bay and works wonders on foolishness. Ladies, your man trying to leave the house after 11 to play 2K with his boys, one spray of I Wish I Would and he'll sit down and shut up instantly. A white woman about to call the police on you, hit her with some I Wish I Would and she'll drop the phone and the false allegations. I wish I would, but when ignorance ain't bliss. It's brought to you from the makers of You Must Have Meat, Duck, and for parents, who you think you talking to? I Wish I Would, not available in stores. Welcome back, man, to the Cletus Cassidy Show, man. You know what I love, Mike? I love the reaction of people from the commercials. When the guests get the commercial, because y'all go in and be like, man, this is real professional. We got commercial breaks.
And it's
a commercial.
Yeah, and I'm a laugh proponent. I'm a proponent of laughter. I hate when I'm on stage because I'm not in the audience laughing. There's nobody that's gonna replace that level of hearty laugh that I provide. So
hearty, heartfelt, from the soul, from the gut. So we're gonna get back into it now. You are not just a comedian; you do public speaking as well. Right. And you said the way that people view you public speaking is a lot different. So let's get into that.
So for the public speaking component is they don't anticipate it to be entertaining. There's not an expectation that this workshop, this talk, this presentation is going to be entertaining. Now, when they put comedian Mike Goodwin on, they were like, "Oh, this going to be
this has a chance."
Yeah,
this has a chance, right?
But there's still a lot of uncertainty about we can laugh in the workplace. Is it going to be professional? You know, certain jokes that if you're in a nightclub, you with a bunch of adults, you know, there's some things you will say that you probably wouldn't say at work. And so they are open to laughter, but it's kind of more skepticism. And then when it's funny, like I think the scale is so low that you up there murdering in a public speaking setting and you're not like, you really not doing.
You ain't really get them nothing.
Yeah, you ain't really.
You ain't really get them. We be like, you boy, if you think this funny, man, wait till you hear me on a stage.
So I gotta stop the comedy muscle to go to the stuff, the examples and the stories and the content. But man, the way they laugh, it's like they pull.
You want to get right back in there.
You got to be a mature individual to say, okay, now they ain't brought me in here just to be. Right. Kill. Like they want some content.
So let me say this. I'll ask you this: have you found that one of the things that I've noticed with being a comedian and especially when people know you're a comedian. I see this all the time on social media. I moonlight as a social media troll, and so I'm here for it. I'm here for all the fights on social media. I'm here for everyone. I look for it, dog. I don't smoke cigarettes or weed, so I need this smoke from social media.
Right.
Like today, I got into an argument with some cats on social media. They were like, "It's about time Oprah did something." I was like, "Whoa, where have you been the last 35 years? Oprah been building schools in Africa." I was like, you don't even go to school. Oprah is building schools in Africa." And this lady was like, "Well, Oprah never cared about us. Oprah only cares about white women because that's her audience." I said, "But you know what's amazing? I watched Color Purple, which clearly was not a white women's movie. I've seen OWN. White women don't watch OWN. But even if what you're saying is correct, isn't it amazing how she has repurposed white women's money? She has taken white women's money and given back to a whole bunch of black women. She ain't got to be in everything. We know she dating Gayle and Stedman is just there as a front. We all understand that. She probably got enough power now to get this shut down because I just said that. But all I'm saying is we're not going to disrespect Oprah.
Right.
Oprah is not, she has never been somebody that just jumps out there just because everybody else is mad. Oprah takes her time and is cautious. I had the same conversation with people about Michael Jordan. They be like, Michael Jordan finally made a statement. I said, well, Michael Jordan been given 30 years. He gave $100 million. The guy was like, well, that's easy. Michael Jordan get $100 million easy. I don't care how much money you got.
Right.
Figure off the top.
Right.
It's not easy to give up $100 million. It is not easy.
Give $100 if you got a certain amount of money. Like
it's not easy. You think about it. All the rich people I know are stingy. I don't know any rich people that just give money out. They are stingy people. That's how they remain rich. Poor people should learn from rich people. Poor people got their little $1,200 and spent every dime in 2 days. Rich people would have got that $1,200 and act like they ain't never get a dime. They would have acted like they didn't get nothing, put it away, held it, and you know they got it. That's the difference between the two groups. So I'm here for the smoke. But what I realize is whenever I make people mad, because I know I got them, when they be like, oh, you ain't nothing but an old clown comedian. I be like, oh, there you go. So they don't expect comedians to have any type of intellect. Right. So how do you bridge that gap from people saying, oh, this is a comedian, he ain't got the intellect, to being somebody who's doing public speaking and teaching, informing, just really educating people?
Well, I think that was part of the bow tie comedy brand, and I didn't necessarily think about it at the beginning, but it played itself out that way. When you see my picture, you already like, this is a different kind of dude, right? Like, he a different, but the challenge I've had, and it's similar to the challenge we have in corporate America, people don't think I'm black. You know, I show up with the bow tie, I'm prepped. And so they thinking I'm the Oreo dude. And I'm like, no, baby. I just
will flip this thing out, dog. I listen to City Girls on my way over here. I need y'all to understand.
People don't understand. Like, hey, man.
I'm Wu-Tang and Bradford Marcellus. You can get both. It depends on what day it is.
I'm the dream of our ancestors, bro. Like, I'm not the cat that's like the token.
So speaking on black, let's speaking on that.
Right.
We gotta talk about the climate of what's going on today.
Right.
Especially throughout the country. We all know the protests that are going on, marches, organization, things of that age. Not as much organization as I would like to see, personally, just for me. I applaud people for taking the initiative, but I think a lot of times we act out of emotion.
Somebody said I showed up looking like the member of Nation of Islam.
Yeah, you just showed up. So you being from the South, you being from South Carolina, from the South, and I've had people on from Texas. I don't know what Texas considers itself. Texas is its own country. To here, of course, being from LA, LA doesn't see the racism the same way we do. Because a Confederate flag in South Carolina is just a Monday.
Oh.
You confused when you don't see them.
Right.
If I leave out my house, man, I ain't got to go but 2 blocks to see one out on somebody's porch. Right. You know what I'm saying? So how do you see these events, being a Southerner, compared to kind of how the whole nation is seeing it? Because I'm surely you won't shock.
No, I was telling a friend of mine recently, I'm telling a few people. When I was a younger man, I used to be angrier at the state of the plight of Black folks, how society treated us. And my common refrain was, I can't believe X happened. So if the Ahmaud situation would happen, I'd be like, I mean, we can roll the camera all the way back. I mean, we can go back to Rodney King. I mean, there's just so many examples from from whatever. My stance was, I can't believe this happened. I mean, I used to be vehemently upset, frustrated. We got to do something. We got to organize all these things. As I've grown and made my contributions and continued to educate myself, been an impactful member of my society. It's so much around this conversation, but I'm gonna stay focused and then we'll come back. But what I say now is, I'm not surprised. So now when I see things, I'm not surprised. Now, I'm not numb to it. I'm in no way, I mean, Dylan Roof, right here in Charleston, South Carolina, murdered people in a church, right? And that wasn't enough to grab your attention and say, hey, something's not vibing, man. Something's not adding up. So I'm at the point of like, I'm really trying to like take all the experiences over my life and educate my children, educate the people that are close to me. You know, because when I talk to my children, especially about the state of America, I always talk from a historical standpoint. You know, I talk about when we celebrate the 4th of July, I talk about when the nation was founded, we were seen as 3/5 of a
3/5. So we could put 25 people in the room and still wouldn't be a person. We missing. We put 25 of y'all in here, man. It ain't but 20.
Right.
3/5.
So I don't talk from today. I talk from, hey, what has happened? My mother-in-law, my children's grandmother could not attend the University of South Carolina in 1963. She could not be a student at the University of South Carolina. She's sent 3 children to the University of South Carolina. This is not 100 years ago. This not.
Listen, in the city that I live in right now, I believe it wasn't until maybe around 1990, we had a golf course where Black people could not play on the golf course. That was the only rule. Anybody can come but Black. It won't even hidden. It won't like they said, like it was like, man, all the Black people keep filling out applications to join and they don't get in. No, it was, hey, Blackie, don't come out here because you're not getting in. All you darkies stay home. Golf ain't for y'all. We don't Tiger who? We don't care. Y'all not playing here. This is the 90s. And so when I see situations like that, I'm like, where y'all been? Now, I do think that and I'll give you something that I think that a lot of people don't work at, how like when they say God works in mysterious ways. I believe in real talk, if it was not for the coronavirus, we would not be having the discussion and things that we're having right now. The ADHD of society as a whole
would have not
because they had nothing else to do. We had nothing else to do. Ain't nobody had to go to work. You seen what is it? I'm gonna get you, sucker. When the brother's like, we marched on Washington. He said, what happened? They were hiring. He said, man, throughout the whole movement was gone. So I think because of the fact, and I think it plays a large part into it. I do believe that there was a buildup and it was the straw that broke the camel's back. But I really believe that if we had had the NBA, we had to have the NFL, people would have been able to have to go to work. We wouldn't have, if people had jobs to go to right now, they wouldn't be out there marching.
Right.
Ain't nobody taking off. The only reason I didn't go to the Million Man March because I had just started a job. And I was still in my probation period. I couldn't get out of probation.
I got to pay these Million Man bills.
Yeah, I mean, none of those guys, listen, out of that million, not nail one of them is going to pay for what I got going on in my house. So I think it's interesting. I just think the perspective from the South and from Southerners is a lot different than those. We not numb to it, but like you said, man, this is what happens. So let me ask you this question, because I see a lot of people who are older, and when I say old, I'm just talking about grown-up old, like got kids, responsibilities. People that's still in college, y'all are grown, but y'all ain't grown-ups yet. Like, people that go to college, they first semester out of college, man, they come home and think they psychologists. You take one psychology class, you come home and you diagnosing everybody in the house. He's got anger management issues. So, man, you took one course, you got 3 credits.
Right.
You got 3 credits. So we look at it that way. I just think that with age and wisdom, and the thing that older people used to always say, man, baby, keep living. Right. I think keep living puts us in a different frame, because we saw the same rioting and stuff that we're seeing now. We saw it with Rodney King, but we didn't see a change. LA police was still out there whooping hind parts. Now I'm of a different thought process. I don't like all of the companies just all of a sudden coming out and be like, Black Lives Matter. Let me say this. If you truly are racist, I'd rather you just be who you are. Don't give me the empty rhetoric and the apologies just because you're trying to save money. Because you feel like if we don't say something, they're gonna boycott us. Right. I would rather know. I think there's a little bit of a panache in knowing these are the people who don't like you. If I already know this company don't like me, cool. I ain't got to come here. Right. Y'all can live. I believe we never going to be able to change the mind of a racist. A person is racist for whatever reason. You're not going to change their mind. They can go watch The Blind Side all day. They still ain't gonna like black people.
I think that's an internal work. I think they can change.
They can, but we're not gonna do it.
You're not gonna talk to them. You're not gonna have a conversation and be like, I'm gonna cut all this racist activity out.
I like Mike.
He was a good.
You're not like the rest of the Negroes. Can I say that? Is it okay if I call you black? Colored? Is that what you're going with? So I think they get in all those things, man. I think it's interesting. I want to move to another thing, man, before we go, and then we're gonna get into the getting to know Mike segment. Black businesses are now the spotlight of a lot of people. You got a black business person in your house, man. I applaud you. I ain't talking about you or your wife, but you got a special black business person in your house, man. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so my daughter, Gabrielle, is a 13-year-old black female entrepreneur. She and my wife created a hair barrette. If you go to gabbybowls.com, you can see all the information. But basically, they created a 2-face double snap barrette that doesn't come out of a little girl's hair. And they've been doing that for probably the last 7 years. We're in probably about 70 Targets. We're in some Once Upon a Child stores nationally. She's been on The View, and it's patent, trademark, the whole deal. Like
GabbyBowls.com.
GabbyBowls.com.
Man, put that up on your live. I've been always wanted to do that. Just tell somebody to do stuff. If I was a preacher, I'm gonna tell you right, I would never read a Bible verse. I would just start off and be like, read that, Deacon, read.
Right on the screen. Read.
Stop right there. Yeah, I'm gonna read. Stop. So GabbyBowls.com. So a double-sided barrette.
That doesn't come out. Like, so you put it in, it doesn't come out of little girl's head.
Ever.
I mean, you got to be a bad little girl. I mean, you got to be out here playing tag football or something. You know, you playing
tackle.
Yeah, you got to be
playing pop.
Pick them up, bust them up is what we called it when I was a kid.
Keep them up, bust them up. I like it.
Yeah.
So your daughter's out there. So let me ask you this: as a comedian, all you want to get is national TV appearances. You ain't been on The View.
Yo, my daughter got better credits than me.
Your daughter's IMDb is better than you. How do you not put her out the house?
At 13.
Let me tell you the shade I be throwing at my daughter every day.
13.
The moment my daughter came and asked me for something, I'd be like, why don't you call Whoopi and them since you friends with them?
Not The View. I'm sorry. It was what was the other one? Not The View. The Real.
Real?
Yeah, not the Whoopi.
My producer Sam watches all of them.
Yeah, it's Real. The Real.
He went back in his mind. He's like, I haven't seen her on. He's like, I saw a young girl that resembles.
Yeah, I want false advertising.
Yeah. Make sure you had on the right show. That is like, that just make you
of The View.
That's got to make you mad, man. If you've been cooking your whole life, if you a chef, you've been cooking your whole life. And your son come up with a hot dog recipe and he make it and you be like, I've been cooking flambés my whole life. You come through here with a hot dog recipe.
Kids are cute stories, man. People want to hear about nobody want to hear about no adult trying to achieve his dream.
Adult hair bows, nobody cares about.
After you got your dream, after you amassed all the millions, you put your name in lights, you're on the star, on the sidewalk, they'll listen. But as you pursuing, man, get out of here. But a little kid, I'm pursuing.
So what age does that wear off?
I think it starts getting a little shaky around 17. 17 is because
I would say 16. When you can drive up to the stuff, and people are like, oh, well, you got a car. You don't even need no ride. You're responsible for your own. Because like
you get a little break with 16. 16 still sweet. 16 is still a little bit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never cut kids slack. I've never cut kids. I expect if you are in a professional realm, I expect you. Last night, this is a true story. Yesterday, I was watching the Cosby Show, right? And it was the grandparents' 48th anniversary.
Right. If
you are familiar with this episode, this is when the family did the Ray Charles Night and Day.
Baby.
If you look, Rudy was never on beat. Rudy never got it right. I did not give Rudy any credit. Rudy was by far the worst. People let it go because she was young and cute. But it
was a great presentation and the whole presentation.
Oh, her lip sync was horrible on that, Jane. Rudy, she could have been my daughter. I would have stopped the music and made Rudy get it right. And I think that's where Joe Jackson was a genius. He stopped the music. Because if you think about it, Michael couldn't sing as a child. It wasn't that he was a great singer. What great note has Michael ever hit? If you ever go and just say to yourself, you know whose voices we want to hear? Luther, Pavarotti. It's never been Michael Jackson. You never wanted to hear Michael sing.
Right.
Michael was never a great singer. He was a melodic whisperer. He whispered in a beautiful melody. He was a melodic whisperer, is what he was. Normally, we would stop to do a commercial, man. Sam is giving me the rodeo, but I'm just going to take this time to go and say, if you would like to have your commercial here, if you would like people to know about your person or your product or whatever it is, if you are a stripper just trying to get back to work, man, hey, make it clap. You don't need no applause. You can have your business advertised here. Reach out to me via email, tachurchpodcast@gmail.com, tachurchpodcast@gmail.com. We got reasonable rates right now because we ain't got that many viewers. But I'm going to tell you now, get in now because once I go Gabby Bowles Platinum, it's over. Listen, I'm going to be charging out the yin yang. I'm going to tell you that now. And I ain't talking about the twins. tachurchpodcast@gmail.com. All right, now we're going to get into this thing, man.
Before you leave the young people's conversation and your stance on expecting excellence from young people, right?
Come with it.
I got finagled into this show, you know, early in the days. I did a show at this school and it was all right. But you know how vulnerable you are after the show. People can ask you for $1 million. You be like, yeah, man, I give you $1 million. Like, don't talk to comedians after the show and ask them. It's like waking your parents up out their sleep. Like you wake your mom up out of sleep and ask for ice cream. Of course you can get some ice cream.
Go back and get Ben and Jerry, both of them. Right.
But you'll get in trouble later. So that's what happened to me after one of these subpar, mediocre presentations at this school where these kids could care less what I was talking about. This man came up to me and said, hey, man, I got a thing at my church. I would love for you to be there Friday night. Now, this is probably Wednesday. He was like, Friday. And as a comedian, you know, we ain't got nothing on the calendar. We very open. We like to, with this Friday? And it was like a Halloween.
10 minutes from now?
I'll do it. And I gave him the yes right there.
But let's be clear, Mike. Let's let people know something very clearly. We are anxious about stuff if it's immediate.
Right. You
can't be like, are you busy 2 months from now? No, now you got to go through the whole process. But if I look at my Friday and my Friday is clear and I ain't got no money coming in Friday, come on with it. Let's get it.
Yeah.
I perform for 3 Snickers and $1. Right.
We like a fire sale. You can't be planning.
Yeah.
To say, hey man, we got this $500 or whatever it was. So the man asked me to come. I went to this thing Friday night and I was the opener for a child preacher. Like, so this is like a Halloween something at the church. So it wasn't Halloween. It was whatever we call it, whatever.
Night.
Yeah, some kind of treating.
I would just stick with Halloween. It'd be better.
It was something, but it was. So I went up, man. I did about 15 minutes, and it might have was 14 people in there. I did more time than the people.
You gave everybody a minute. They all had their own personal minute.
Personal minute. I went up, and then they brought this boy preacher up, young boy, man, probably about 12, and this clearly was his second time doing this. this, and it was awful. Like, you could be bad as an adult because you kind of got a framework of how it's supposed to look. When you a kid, you don't understand.
And you don't even have the history of you did it right before. So just like me, if somebody come to me and I do a bad show, they can be like, but we know he good. Tonight was a bad night, maybe something. But if you a kid, you set the groundwork for your horribleness.
For the rest of your career. It is just bad.
I think you should probably just quit at that point.
It was bad. And the worst part about it was I opened for the young preacher that was horrible. He didn't have his notes, his papers was all awry. And they gave me a hot dog with some Lay's chips in it to go.
Plain.
And I probably got.
Yeah, let me ask you this: had they boiled the hot dogs? Because you can always tell because they got them split ends. They like a lot of the women right now who haven't been able to go to get their hair done. Split ends everywhere.
I feel like they warmed them up. They might have threw them in the microwave. I don't know if they were boiled.
Well, microwave dog. If you still boiling hot dogs in 2020, I really got a lot to talk to you about. Now Sam is over here giving me a face as if he ain't gonna be boiled. If you are boiling a hot dog, I prefer you to steam a hot dog. You gonna put just a little bit of water in there. Not even enough water to cover the hot dog.
Like the authentic flavor.
No, because what happens is when you boil that hot dog, you suck everything right out of there. You ever see how a hot dog come out strong red? It's the same red as your shirt.
Right.
You boil it come out the same color as the focus on your shirt.
It got like that much nutrients in it anyway.
That much, and you done stripped it of it. You better all drinking the hot dog water than you are eating the hot dog itself. All the nutrients run right out the end of the hot dog. They're like, we finally got a chance to escape. Boom! They bust the end of that hot dog, man, and it's it. If you are still, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you still eating hot dogs on non-cookout occasions, that's already a sign of struggle. And we are here to pray for you. But if you are still boiling hot dogs, man, you don't know God. And that's just my whole thing. So we're going to talk right now, man. We're going to get into it, man, because I want the people to kind of know you. I love for people to come on, man. We've learned a lot about you, but I want them to know about you.
Right.
Like just, the surface stuff. So just prepare yourself, man. We're going to go through. Now, I said you're a wordsmith. What's your favorite word?
I think the word I like to say the most is tomfoolery. I think I enjoy.
Listen, the fact that Tom, and I don't know who he is, but the fact that Tom has misbehaved so much, he has his own brand of foolery. It's been Rick's out there. It's been James. He ain't got no James foolery, Rick foolery, just Tom foolery.
Foolery.
What is Tom out there doing? All right, now you a man of, you said of haberdashery, man. Fashion. You get into clothing. Let's talk shirts. French cuff or regular?
I used to be a French cuff guy, but I'm probably more regular because now I like to roll up the sleeve. I like to roll the sleeve because what I'm trying to do is deformalize my appearance. Like, because with us, I'm not cussing. I already look like I'm the college president of Morehouse College. So I got to bring some of this down. So the cufflinks.
Roll up.
Yeah, I want to roll the sleeves up. I'm starting to wear a little bit more denim. So that's just I'm trying
to. Not in a suit, though.
No, not in a suit, no.
Oh, cool,
but
if you put on a denim suit, I'm going to... I was going to have to put you on some sand. You're going to have 53-year-old feet. If you wear a denim suit, you also got 53-year-old feet.
But that's what happens because with men, I think we get trapped in dressing at the best year of our life. So if you was killing it in 98,
that's what you're saying.
You riding that all the way out. So you got them wide leg, you got on them Durangos, you out here with your polo shirt. Like,
I don't know why you talking about the Durango. The Durango is great, and I still wear polo. So
they timeless. Polo lasts.
Now, people be like, "Why you buy a polo shirt?" I just saw a picture that I had of my daughter from when she was 2.
Right.
I still got that polo shirt, still in good condition. It lasts. Now, I don't listen. I'm not against going to Walmart and picking up George. George is my guy, but I also know I got like 2 washes out of George. I already know if I get a black shirt from George, I call it future gray because I already know after 2 washes, completely gray. It's not gonna stay black for long. I don't know what they do. I don't know if they spray paint the black on, but I know that it's gone. I've learned when I try to bring mine down, here's what I've learned. This is what I do when I try to bring my dressy down. I put the blazer on. I just learned this. Put the jacket on with a t-shirt. I didn't realize that you could do that and people still take that as dressy. Had no idea.
Right.
Also didn't know another secret for men out there. You want to be dressy but not dressy. A tapered leg jean, dress shoes.
Yep.
You can get away with it. Put on a nice button-up shirt, tapered leg jean. So you comfortable, but you also presentable. So I like that.
And there are some sneakers that you can wear that aren't like athletic sneakers. Like you can wear
dress
like all white, like the all whites, all blacks with the gum sole. The Stan Smiths are classic like that.
I thought I had mine. I just had some on yesterday. I got a pair of Converse. It's amazing. A pair of Converse that work that same way. Not the Chuck Taylors, but another pair of Converse. If you look at it, you be like, man, I had no idea that was a dress shoe. We're going to deliver some brothers out here right now because there's still some brothers right now.
You ain't got to have on the pointed toes, man. You can retire.
Save those. If you're not a leprechaun, if you don't have a pot of gold, there's no reason for you to have them pointed toe shoes.
And take the thing off your suit, the little label. I know you spend a lot of money. I know
nobody needs to know. This comes off. It's a lot of brothers that don't know. Listen, I'm gonna speak life into a lot of brothers right now, Mike. You can actually open all your pockets.
Open. Get in there.
They actually have a tool for that. But you can feel free.
It's thread in there.
That's it.
And
a lot of brothers right now, they be like, man, I can't get my pockets. My pockets are sewn. They sew them together.
And double vents. Some people got the double vents in the back still connected by the thread. They
loose it. It's a vent. Let it go. Listen to Elsa. She tried to tell you, let it go. All right, now I'm gonna get into this, man, because now I wear bow ties, right? And I get around a lot of brothers who say their biggest problem is they can't tie a bow tie. I say it's lazy, but we'll move on. What is your feeling on clip-on ties for men?
That's an abomination.
You can't get in heaven as a grown man wearing a clip-on tie.
I would give you maybe the age 7, 8.
At 8, you gotta at least be able to put that Windsor knot in at 8.
Yeah, man, you can't.
I feel like once you can tie your shoe, you should be able to tie a tie.
The only exception is service members. So if y'all have your military, most of those
everybody's tie has to look the same.
Most of those are clip-on. So
because you were in the military.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Which branch?
Man, I did the Army.
Man, thank you for your service, man. I do appreciate it. I get you. So you know the difference between Veterans and Memorial Day.
Yes. Oh yeah. Very, very clear.
A lot of people don't know. A lot of people be walking up on people.
In the word is memorial.
And people be walking up. First of all, I don't like the term Happy Memorial Day. It's an oxymoron.
It's in the word.
It's somebody died. This is what it's about. People will walk up on somebody in the store and be like, hey man, Happy Memorial Day. First of all, you're missing the point.
Yeah.
Still here. Can't celebrate Memorial Day. It's not them. It's not their day. Second, it's happy. My mama recently died. Ain't nobody gonna be like, hey man, happy funeral for your mama. That's not how that goes. It's not. You know, Memorial Day, we gotta have another word other than happy. We should just put before a respectful, peaceful, something, or just be like Memorial Day, and then that's.
Thank you for your service. We're so thankful for the service of the veterans that have gone before us.
Yeah, but not the people that still
people that's right here.
They don't count on Memorial Day. So you are against clip-ons for me.
Vehemently.
Vehemently. All right, so here's what we've done, man. You have raised intellectual bar of the show today. All right. And not to take away from Griff or Tahir, but Tahir doesn't know words. He can't speak.
But does he have a word?
He has a show called Wording is Hard.
Oh.
And he tries to get words, but they don't work out. And Griff is just from Atlanta. And so that's a whole nother language. You can speak Atlanta. You can speak it. It's a whole different. But I like to put people to the test.
All right.
You're a word guy. I'm going to give you some definitions.
Okay.
And even a sentence. And let's see if you can throw what the word is that I'm thinking. All right. I'm going to start real easy.
Right.
This word's definition is something unusual or different from the norm.
An anomaly?
Anomaly is a good word. It also starts with A, but it's not the word I'm looking for. Something unusual.
Atypical?
Atypical is good. Not the word we're looking for. I'm going to give you a
alternate?
sentence. No, not alternate. I'm going to give you a sentence, though.
All right.
Donald Trump spoke eloquently, but we all know that was just an blank.
Aberration.
That's correct. That is absolutely correct. Mike knows his words. This brother knows his words. So we're gonna stay right in the letter A. This one's also starting with the letter A. Someone threw out abstract. Someone threw out abstract, but that was not the word. Something out of place, a strangeness. Something out of place, a strangeness. Black people at Harvard can be considered an blank.
Is it an anomaly, like I said before? Or?
Anomaly. That is exactly right. That is an anomaly. Absolutely right, boy. Words do not get past you. We would have also accepted the sentence, white people at Popeye's Chicken, but we'll go with that. And we're going to go with another word here. This word means flaunting wealth. Flaunting wealth.
Now we're still in A's, or we?
No, we moved on. I'll give you the first letter. This one starts with the letter O. Flaunting wealth. Many black pastors in wearing pinky rings and often wearing jewelry can be seen as blank.
Ostentatious?
Gosh. It's as if I gave you the word. Look at this. How did he know? It's as if I gave. This man is a walking dictionary. Okay. Now this one.
What are we doing, man? How many of these we doing? This is.
I gotta catch you on one. I gotta catch you on one. I got one more. Somebody threw out. I knew that one. But they lose points because they spelled new.
They spelled new wrong.
They spelled new N-E-W. So they lose points. You trying, but they spelled it wrong. All right, this will be the last one. Now I got to do two because I think you can't get this last one. I know you're gonna get this one. I just like this word being said.
Right.
This word means unnecessary. It starts with the letter S. It means unnecessary. Superfluous. Before I even was able to give you the definition. Listen, superfluous is a great word. It sounds like something you catch from unprotected sex. You see somebody in the crib like, man, I done caught superfluous.
That man got that superfluous. You got to stay away from Johnny. He got
that superfluous.
Break after Johnny.
People are learning stuff today. I hope somebody just runs around and when their kids is acting up, you was in there being superfluous. Man, if you yell that at your kids, they are gonna be done for a week.
What's funny, I said scissors to my son yesterday, but I didn't say the word. See, I can't say scissors. I just realized.
I thought you had gave me something new.
No, I can't say. My son, I was saying, hey,
man, utensils.
I said, yeah. I said, man, go get the scissors. But he was looking at me like, what? I was like, man, I don't know how to say scissors. Like, I really have to.
I gotta concentrate to say
all these words I got out here. Scissors. I say scissors. Like if I was just to say it, The boy looked at me like I was speaking a foreign language. I said, man, go get the scissors.
And he was like, Dad, you just being superfluous. My homeboy told me, so that's a great army mind. He said, that's an army mind. You the only one I know from the army that act like this. All right, this word starts with the letter A. Last one, we got to get you on. I know I can get you on this one. It starts with the letter A. The definition is out of context of time or out of date. Many people believe the Bible is blank.
Archaic.
Archaic, great word. Not the one we were looking for on this one. Anachronistic.
Oh, yeah, you know, we're nowhere in the world.
I knew I could get you. Anachronistic.
What would you have done if I said it?
I would have just shut down my computer. I would just closed it. I wouldn't even have signed off or anything. I'd have just be like, and scene. That would have been it. Man, thank you so much, man, Mike Goodwin, for being on, man.
Oh, man.
I appreciate you being on, man. Please tell everybody right now, man. I would love to be like, hey, man, tell them what shows you got coming up. But,
right. You know, me too.
That ain't something that can happen. Real quick, I wanna touch on. I'm talking about real quick because we like 30 seconds into the show. My producer's giving me the hard wrap up. Pause. But I want to get something because I experienced something. You're a headliner, man. You do shows. You are definitely a headliner. You headline shows kill it. I headline shows. Recently, I went on tour with some cats, and I ended up having to be a not headliner. I moved from headliner to opener. You were touring with, and you don't mind if I say the brother's name, do you know?
Yeah.
You were touring with John Chris. John Chris, a lighter complected dude, less melanin, but selling out all over the country.
Right.
How did that feel making the transition? Because I don't think people understand. How did it feel making the transition from being a headliner to an opener?
It was the way John did it was unlike I've seen other people do it. So I appreciated that. The way John did his setup for us, he would come up and do about 30 up front. So it was no waiting for him. This was like when we first started. Now he's tweaked it a little bit since, but he'd come out right out the gate, do 30, maybe 25, people having a great time. He like, hey man, I brought a buddy along with me. He's not an opener. He's just a good buddy of mine. He's one of my favorite people. Y'all gonna love him. Mike Goodwin. So I come out and do 20, and then I bounce. So it never felt like
Gotcha.
I was an opener. Or
white people do that. Black people ain't having that.
He tweaked it. But what I did do, what I did change in terms of like, I stopped thinking about the show and I started looking at all the pieces that were around, like how they did merchandising, how they did ticketing, how did they do seating. Like I spent more time looking at the blueprint versus.
I did the same thing, man, because I was like, when I was on tour with Kevin them, that's what I was picking up more. I love the learning experience part of it because it gave me the opportunity to see how it worked without having to fail myself. I can be like, okay, let me bite that, let me steal this, let me do that.
Because what happens is you come in, you're just thinking about the show.
Right.
You're not thinking about all the components that they put together to make the show possible.
Sam just did this. I'm talking about his finger was,
let it go.
Rotations was amazing. Let everybody know where they can find you online and stuff, man.
You can check me out at comedianmikegoodwin.com. Matter of fact, I just dropped the comedy album. It's in my merch page. It was
an album or like a CD?
Audio.
I don't think nobody got albums no more.
Well, it's audio download. I still call them albums. Live from Wiley, Texas, Mike Goodwin. It's at my website. You can also find me at Bowtie Comedy on Instagram and Twitter, comedian Mike Goodwin on Facebook.
Man, thank you so much, man. And thank everybody for tuning in. Big news tonight at midnight. I don't know if that counts as tonight or in the morning. Whatever it is, you can see episodes 1 and 2 of this. We're going on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, all of those. Those all released tonight. So if you've missed the episode, you can go back and watch them. Episode 3 will drop tomorrow at midnight. The next, y'all get it. The next couple of midnights, God's gonna turn something around. So you can start going there and following the podcast on Apple and all that. Invite a friend, man. It's every Monday and Thursday. We back in here next week. I got a whole nother guest. I can't remember who it is off the top of my head because that's too much work. I think it's Chocolate, which I think will be great for me to bring a female presence in, and she'll probably be angrier than all the men have already been. So that'll be great. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Mike, man, again, thank you so much, man. Bowtie Comedy, comedian Mike, M-I-K-E, Goodwin. That's 2 O's, 1 D, because that's what God gave him. And we out. I mean, appreciate you, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. Well, tune in again, man, on Thursday, 1 p.m. right here. This Ain't Church Podcast. Peace.